it doesn't just affect men and women, just to, highlight that, to be inclusive. It also affects, non-binary individuals and people in same-sex couples, of course. But what we do know from research, which mostly focuses on heterosexual couples, sadly, there is a gap, but and there isn't a lot on men either. But yeah, women and men experience, similar levels of grief. But often men, they occupy what we call the supporter role, because it's often seen that, the physical effects happened to the woman. And so, the male partner may feel, oh, well, the focus shouldn't be on me, and this leaks into work as well. So men often experience what we call delayed grief, where, this could be months, even a year or so later. But yeah, I'd say women are overlooked at work, who are going through pregnancy loss, but men are arguably even more so overlooked, if that makes sense. It's like a more of a taboo for them. But both soldier on. Often they don't take adequate time off, because they feel they can't disclose, because there's no policy. If organizations do have a policy, it usually addresses the sort of physical needs, the immediate physical needs, so having maybe 3 days off or 5 days off or something in the immediate aftermath. But we know that, that isn't sufficient. There's stereotypes around men as well, that they don't feel as connected to a pregnancy, and that they don't get broody, so it doesn't affect them the same. Probably stemming from gender stereotypes there. And then I guess it's important to consider the different roles. So in female dominated environments, where you may be working more so with, I don't know, children, or maybe you're working midwifery or teaching, maybe you're working in HR and you have to deal with maternity leave and, being all congratulatory. That can be really hard, because it can be really difficult to be around those triggers. And then for men, in male dominated industries, leadership roles, it may be that there's expectations around masculinity, and that you have to be very stoic and hide your emotions, bottle up feelings about this. So it's interesting, because I guess the effects, the psychological effects at least, are quite similar, but I think for men they're minimized even more, if that makes sense.